Welcome to Infidelity Nest. In today's video script, okay, look, let's be real for a minute. This story is complicated. It's uncomfortable. And it's definitely not something I ever imagined I'd be sharing with strangers on the internet. But here I am, because some things don't stay buried forever. Some things sit with you, grow heavier with time, and eventually demand to be spoken out loud. So here it goes. I'm 47 years old, divorced, one kid. And most days, my life feels like it's stuck on repeat. Like a song that used to mean something but now just plays in the background while you're too tired to change it. I work nights as a nurse. The kind of job that shows you the rawest versions of people. Pain at 3 in the morning. Confessions whispered when families have gone home. Moments that would shake most people, but after enough years, you learn how to lock them away and keep moving. The hours are brutal. Your body never quite knows when it's supposed to sleep. Your mind never fully shuts off. And eventually, your world gets very small. Work, home, sleep, repeat. 5 nights a week, like clockwork. On my nights off, I don't live so much as I recover. And somewhere along the way, I stopped being a woman with dreams and became a person who just gets through the week. There is one thing, though, that keeps me from completely disappearing into that routine. Bowling. I know how that sounds. Not exactly exciting. Not exactly cool. But for me, it became an escape. A place where I wasn't a nurse or an ex-wife or a tired mother. I joined a league almost by accident, just looking for something to break the monotony. And to my surprise, I wasn't terrible. In fact, I was pretty good. Good enough that after months of practice, I qualified for a regional tournament 3 hours away. A real one. With rankings and prizes and people who took it seriously. For the first time in years, I felt proud of myself. Like a piece of who I used to be had resurfaced. But reality doesn't let you enjoy things for long. Because almost immediately, the practical side of my brain kicked in and asked the obvious question. Who was going to watch my son? He's a teenager. Smart, sarcastic, stubborn, and unpredictable in that quiet way that makes you nervous. He's not the kind of kid you can leave alone for a weekend and assume everything will be fine. I tried that once. I came home to a damaged garage, angry neighbors, and a story that didn't quite add up. Lesson learned. I thought his father could take him. But of course, he had guard duty that weekend. Perfect timing. So I had a choice to make. Miss the tournament I'd worked so hard for, or bring my son with me and figure it out as I went. I packed our bags and told myself it would be fine. The hotel had an indoor pool, free breakfast. It wasn't a vacation, but it would do. The morning of the tournament, I woke up early and went to wake him. He groaned, rolled over, and pulled the blanket over his head. I told him I was going to grab breakfast and asked if he wanted to come. He mumbled something about pancakes, which was his way of saying yes. Downstairs, the breakfast buffet was exactly what you'd expect. Eggs that tasted like nothing. Bacon that was somehow both crispy and greasy. Those little muffins that look good but are always dry. We ate quietly, enjoying the rare calm. Before we go further, quick question. Where are you listening from? Drop your city or country in the comments. It's always surprising how far these stories travel. After breakfast, I asked him if there was anything he wanted to do before I went back to the bowling alley. His eyes lit up immediately. He told me there was a mall nearby with a GameStop. He'd been looking for a specific game and thought they might have it. I'm not a mall person. Too loud, too crowded, too tempting to spend money you shouldn't. But he doesn't ask for much. So I agreed. The mall was packed. We went straight to GameStop, and sure enough, he found the game. Used, old, and somehow almost $60. I stared at the price tag in disbelief. But then I looked at him, really looked. The excitement, the genuine smile. I sighed, paid for the game, and watched him light up like it was Christmas morning. We spent the rest of the afternoon wandering, window shopping, people watching. It was nice. It reminded me of when he was younger, before the distance, before the walls. That night, I went back to bowl feeling rested and strangely content. And I bowled terribly. I dropped from second place to 5th. It was frustrating, but I tried to keep perspective. One of my teammates, Sarah, won the tournament. She deserved it. So a group of us decided to celebrate. The bar was right across the street from the hotel, which made it easy to say yes. I don't drink much, but that night I did. One glass of wine turned into a few. We laughed. We talked. For a while, I forgot about everything else. I stumbled back to the hotel around 1 in the morning. I was tipsy, relaxed, and more at ease than I'd felt in a long time. I opened the door quietly. My son was asleep, the TV still on. I changed into my pajamas, got into bed, and stared at the ceiling. Sleep didn't come. My mind kept wandering. The tournament. My life, my kid, the future. Somewhere around 3 in the morning, I heard movement. Soft, careful. The kind of movement someone makes when they don't want to be noticed. I turned my head slightly and realized he wasn't asleep. He was sitting up, whispering into his phone. My heart started pounding. Parents know that feeling. That instinct that something isn't right. I stayed still and listened. What I heard made my stomach drop. He wasn't talking to a friend. He was talking to someone older. Much older. The tone wasn't playful. It wasn't innocent. It was manipulative, pressuring, threatening in subtle ways. I felt frozen, like if I moved, the moment would shatter and I'd lose whatever chance I had to understand what was happening. When the call ended, he lay back down and pretended to sleep. I didn't confront him. I couldn't. I lay there until morning, staring into the dark, replaying every word. Wondering how long this had been going on. Wondering how close I'd come to missing something that could have destroyed him. By sunrise, I knew this trip wasn't about bowling anymore. It was about protecting my son. After breakfast, I told him we were skipping the mall and the pool. I told him we needed to talk. At first, he denied everything, shrugged, avoided eye contact. But when I calmly repeated some of the things I'd heard, his face changed. The bravado vanished. He broke down. He told me it started online. Someone who pretended to understand him. Someone who listened when he felt invisible. And slowly, the tone changed. The messages became manipulative, demanding, threatening to expose him if he didn't keep responding. He didn't know how to stop. He was scared, ashamed, and convinced he'd already ruined everything. We spent hours talking, crying, making a plan. I contacted the proper authorities. I've documented everything. I took his phone and made sure the connection was cut completely. It wasn't easy. There were tears, anger, moments where he blamed himself, moments where I blamed myself for not noticing sooner. The drive home was quiet, heavy, but it was also different. It's honest, real. That weekend changed both of us. It forced me to confront how close I'd come to losing him. Not physically, but emotionally. How easy it is for silence and exhaustion to create gaps where danger can slip in. Life didn't magically become perfect after that. He's still a teenager. I'm still a night shift nurse. But something shifted. We talk more now. I listen more. And I no longer assume that quiet means okay. So here's my question for you. If you discovered someone you love was carrying a secret that could destroy them, what would you do? Would you confront it head on, even if it terrified you? Or would you hope it resolved itself? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if this story hit close to home, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Infidelity Nest for more real confessions, shocking secrets, and stories that stay with you long after the video ends. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.